Joining me on a Terror Machine. This is your second quarter love reading for the year of 2017, and this will be for the sign of Capricorn. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle. We're going to start with an overall message for the next 3 months that you can use and help you out. Let peace prevail. So what it is if you've been going through a period that everybody you was meeting was more argumentative, or they was putting up some kind of fight or battle when you was trying to talk to them, and if this is single, that eventually everything will kind of level out, and based on the situation at hand, it could be the person is not ready for a relationship, or you're not ready for a relationship, and it seems like it may be a period that you will have to look at the other side of the coin, or kind of back off, or kind of reserve yourself if somebody you meet is not fitting your criteria, or saying certain things. If you're trying to be in a relationship and they kind of rile you up, it's saying that just kind of let the issue die and just let it kind of even out on its own. And this can be also if you're already coupled up with somebody. You may have been going through a period that you've been fighting with your companion, or you're not meeting eye and eye. It's just saying let time kind of pass on, and then stuff will eventually even out in your relationship. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what you have coming up for the next 3 months. Okay, for the month of April, Capricorn has the Ten of Cups upright, the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So, with the Ten of Cups at this moment, if you're single, you're mostly content with everything that you have around you. You are more of a happy person. You'll be probably presenting yourself to other people. If you're single, presenting yourself to other people, and they see you, that you are a loving, kind person, that you are very emotionally stable for them, or you, whoever you're looking at, is emotionally stable, that they seem well rounded as a person, and you could be levitating to that person because of those qualities, or is something that you're looking for to bring into your relationship, the hope that it will make you better within yourself. If you are already coupled up with somebody, it's saying that your relationship, you're very content with how your relationship is going about, or how's it operating in the month of April. You both are happy with how things is going, and how you both interact with each other to bring happiness to the relationship. The second card you have for April is the Four of Swords in reverse. So the Four of Swords in reverse, if you're single, it's saying that you probably was had a period that you was resting up, or sitting back on the whole idea of you trying to get into a relationship. But now in the month of April, you ready to charge out. You kind of gathered yourself together. It's maybe because you have this newfound emotional renewal with the Ten of Cups, that you ready to present that to somebody else, that you may have a idea of who you want to bring in for your relationship, or people are seeing that with you, that you're kind of putting yourself out there to get into a relationship with somebody. If you already coupled up with somebody, is what it's saying is that you as a couple is working on different things. You both are interjecting stuff into the relationship to keep the momentum up of this happiness. It's saying that both of y'all maybe or one of you was resting at a period to rethink or regather themselves together about the relationship, but it's saying y'all both is on the same page when it comes to fulfilling some kind of happiness in your relationship. The last card you have for April is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So if you're single, what it's saying is this could be you or this could be somebody you meeting that they're not presenting themselves when they're getting out there, even though they may be emotionally well rounded, they may not have a solid financial situation to work with. They may make less income than you. They may have less to offer on a physical level in a relationship. And that could be if you meeting this person or this person may be thinking about you. They wondering, since you're so happy, is everything all together? That is including your emotions and your physical stability. And you may be wondering about this of somebody you're trying to get into the relationship with. If you already coupled up, what it's showing me is saying that there is still room, since you already got your relationship emotionally together. It's saying now you can focus on some more tangible stuff to perfect that in your relationship together. Maybe you was concerned in the past more about emotional glue in your relationship or being with your companion. Now since that has been worked out and you're on the same page with your companion and moving, now you can focus your energy on building something more solid. And when it comes to longevity in the form of like houses or retirement, or it's showing that you now is trying to move on to something else other than the emotional thing. Both of you is grounded to move to something more tangible to the relationship. It is showing that you still have room to grow when it comes to that. So for the next month, for May, what you have is the Star in reverse, the Four of Cups in the upright, and you have the Strength upright. So if you're single, the Star is showing me in the reverse. It's showing me whoever you meeting or coming across in the next month of May, you're not banking all your energy on them. You're not casting them as more of the holy grail, or they going to be the savior to you having a relationship to them. Now everything is complete. You still holding some kind of reservance against the person. You looking at them still trying to figure the person out. They may be doing that to you, or you may be doing that to people that you're meeting to try to be in a relationship with them. And for people that's already coupled up, what it's saying is that you could be hitting a period that things start to look kind of funny in your relationship. It's saying that maybe something is triggering a reaction of how you're looking at your relationship, and maybe it's something that somebody says, or it's maybe something that your companion is bringing up that is making you have a second thought. And when they bring it up, you're second guessing it, and it's throwing not a negative spin, but it's throwing a question mark on your relationship. And now you went from having this happiness from April now to double questioning how your companion is acting towards you in the relationship. The second card you have is the Four of Cups in the upright. The Four of Cups in the upright means if you're single, that means whoever you meeting, because you're not banking all your emotional energy to them to bring them into a relationship. Whatever these people is bringing to you, they're not triggering any kind of emotion or no sense about being in a relationship with them. They may be thinking about that with you, or you thinking about that with them. That whatever they offering, you kind of is not moved by it. They can promise you all this stuff if you get into a relationship with them, or they then promise that they can make your life better, or it'll be better for you to be in a relationship with them. But whatever they saying or bringing to the table is not working for you. It's just saying that, okay, you may enter a different state of mind, that you may be trying to find something different than what they're offering. So what they offering, you're not feeling it, or you're not taking it as being anything different from somebody else. And if you already in a relationship with somebody, it's saying that you're hitting a pocket in your relationship that is starting to be like a whole drum kind of boredom thing in your relationship. Nothing new is coming to the table, or you're not putting nothing new in a relationship, and it's rolling into this sort of mundane period in your relationship that it just feels every day. Kind of, it's just you're here, you're just doing certain things, or that one of you could be bringing another idea of how to make the relationship better, and your companion is saying, okay, whatever. They're kind of brushing off whatever they're trying to bring in the relationship to make it better. You could be brushing it off, or your companion could be brushing it off. You bringing it up and you presenting it to them as a good idea or a good way to make your relationship solid, but they're kind of running away from the idea, or they're not kind of digesting the concept of how you trying to get it across, how it could help your relationship, and they're just kind of washing it to the side. The last card you have, and it'll be for May, will be the strength upright. And for singles, the strength upright means that you could be meeting somebody that displays a lot of power about themselves. They present themselves as a super confident person, or people would be seeing that from you, that you're presenting yourself in a confident, more assured way about certain things you want to have going on in your life, or who you want to bring in as it for a relationship. Is saying that you reigning a lot of control of what you will allow in and not allow in from a certain person that you're trying to adopt for a relationship. They can be seeing that in you, or you could see that in a person that you have your eye on. If you already coupled up, it says towards the end of the month, somebody in the relationship is going to take reign over the relationship. They're going to display a certain type of power when it comes to the relationship. They may get to a point that they want to put more effort into the relationship in a certain way. It may be not what you bring it up to them, but it may be another type of thing that they came up with on their own, and they somehow just do it, and then you kind of fall along with it, and then you find out it does work for your relationship. It does make it more solid and more better for you to kind of keep going with the flow, or both of y'all could display this power that you're both deciding, let's just work on the issues or work on something, and let's just drive our power towards that as a couple. The last month will be June, and what you have is the Emperor upright. You got the Page of Coins in reverse, and you got the King of Cups upright. So what it is that for singles, when it comes to the Emperor, you meeting somebody, and I'm not going to really put it up out there. A lot of people do when they do readings. They say that the emperors are conceited, or they kind of have this kind of uppity attitude. Now you could be meeting that person, but you also meeting a person that likes to have when it comes to their relationship and their personal life, they like to have everything lined up. Everything has to be in an order for them to follow it, because that's how their mind is working when it comes to everything in their life. So you could be meeting this person that's very systematic about their life, and that's including in relationships. Or you could be presenting that to somebody that, if you're going to come get with me, you have to have A, B, C, D, and E. You have to have the whole alphabet lined up for me to even pay attention to you, or me to be involved with you, because I want to be sure that whatever you have is, one, not conflicting with whatever I have, and number two, that whatever I'm investing in you, I want to make sure that you as a person can handle it. Now, some people may come at you like that, or you may be coming like that, but it's showing that you're going to have the rim of what you want in your life in a relationship, and who you want as a companion, and what qualities they're going to bring to the relationship. As a couple, it's saying that one of y'all is one of you in the relationship is going to have power over certain situations that you have as a couple, whatever you building, or and it can be financial or your actual love relationship, that one of you is going to exert more power over that situation. And maybe the power is needed at that time, because maybe the other companion is not reading whatever is being brought to them, and it could conflict with everything you already set up in your relationship. But it's just saying somebody is playing second conscious when the other person is not really thinking and holding the rim on that when it pops up in your relationship. The second card you have is the Page of Coins in reverse. So if you're single, you meeting a person that's younger, but they very irresponsible when it comes to tangible stuff. They What it's saying is they may present themselves like they have a lot of stuff, but they really don't. It's more of a smokescreen when it comes to something physical they can offer to a relationship. Is not really holding any kind of tangibility to it, so you can't really build nothing on it. They may be seeing that with you, or it may be a person that you're meeting that will have those qualities, that they're presenting themselves not the way they should be presenting themselves financially. They may have a problem with spending money. They may be thinking they have a lot of money, but when you really dig deep in the surface, it really does is really not there. Is lacking some kind of foundation when it comes to something physical that they're trying to present to somebody else. And if you already coupled up, it's saying that basically one of you may be getting not out of control with spending. It's just saying that something in your foundation of your relationship is kind of weakening out. It's saying that you may have to step back and re-examine it to make sure everything physically is still intact, or you or your companion is kind of missing something that you think is in your relationship that's making it a solid ground, but it's really not. You kind of covering up the situation somehow, and it's saying that it's something that needs to be stepped back and looked upon to make sure that your relationship has a good foundation, and nothing in that foundation physically is going out of control to throw a disruption into your bond. The last card you have is the King of Cups upright. So if you're single, you may be a person that you meet have they're displaying a lot of emotion. The kings usually wear their emotions on their sleeves, so they may be thinking about this from you, or you be looking at somebody in this kind of way, that they're displaying themselves that they are open hearted. They like they enjoy anything that has an emotional bond, and they may like pleasing their companion to make sure that they are happy. And this is the type of person you meet. Do you meet in a person that that believes a relationship is built on more emotion than anything else? And maybe that's what type of person you're looking for in June. That somebody, you looking for somebody that wants to really put some heart into the relationship, other than, okay, how much money you have, what kind of car you have, what kind of, all these external things that are basically temporary. And you looking for somebody with more heart to be involved with you in a one-on-one relationship. As a couple, what it's saying is that your companion is going to be more affectionate. Either you or your companion is going to display a lot of affection towards you in the month of June. That they kind of they trying to let themselves be more open, because maybe they was reserved about a bunch of stuff in the past, or they was reserved on their feelings because they was going through stuff and they just didn't want you to know about it. So they kind of is opening up in the month of June to be more receptive to the love that you can offer them. So, and with let peace prevail, in certain situations in this reading that you just let it, you have to let it ride out. And there's one, it would be the 10 of Pentacles. Just let that ride out and let that issue work itself out on your own. And that's for this one. And the May is saying don't lose optimism because you have the star in reverse. Just let the time roll past so it can kind of iron itself out with all these retrogrades and stuff is happening. Everybody's coming and going, and everybody just don't know where their mind is. Just let time roll it out, and then it can probably reverse on its own. And then with the June, with the page, it's just saying double, maybe you don't need to do anything to try to control the situation, to control it to the point that you may disturb your relationships or your interactions with one-on-one people. Just let time plays itself out, and it will kind of correct itself. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe, leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.